So, Danny, thanks very much for agreeing to talk with me.
Yeah, no bother at all.
So how long are you homeless, Danny?
7 years.
7 years. And how did you get homeless, brother?
Myself in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was living with my father in Lucan. Now, it was my biological father. He wasn't around in my life, all my life. Like, I had a stepfather.
Yes.
John was my stepfather's name now, yeah? So Patrick was my biological father's name. Now, we came on the scene, you know, when I was 18. Right? I was after being in care from 17 to 18. So, you feel let down that your family have put you into care, but I was getting wrapped up in the wrong stuff. Like, I was selling coke, yeah, I was selling tablets, yeah, I was fucking messing around with guns, and I was growing drugs in the gaff weed, stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Sniffed out of the head, I went through psychosis, thinking people were gonna murder me, all sorts of mad shit, and hallucinating and thinking this shit was real.
Right.
Because I never was in that position. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, yeah.
it was all new to me, like. So the mare ended up, she wasn't able for it. She put me in care. I remember her saying to me, "You're breaking my heart," she was crying.
How old were you at the time, bro?
At the time I was 17, getting put into care, but I was selling drugs. Like, my mum wasn't a very rich woman. It was a struggle getting €1 sometimes for bus fare.
I understand.
Do you get me?
Yes, indeed.
So I come from like that sort of a background, like,
Yeah.
you know. But my stepfather was there, so as it says there, like, so my stepfather, or my biological father came on the scene when I was 18. Now, I was a bit iffy on it. He wasn't around, you know.
Yeah.
So then we ended up building, like, sitting and chatting and all, catching up, whatever. There was a lot of tears, you know.
Yes, for sure.
Exchange of words, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I forgave him. I ended up living with him then, you know what I mean? Because my ma was constantly on my case, stepfather constantly on my case, like, you know.
Yes.
It was just annoying. I was constantly sitting in my room, like, it's like being a prisoner in your own home, like, anything you say, they'd just be barking at you. Not one of them. So that's why I stayed with him, gave him the chance. So we were drinking, we were growing jacket here, white widow, and blue cheese in the gaff. With a few guns in the gaff. My dad was a big coke dealer and guns dealer, like, you know.
Right, okay.
So that was the thing, and then we were constantly fighting,
Right.
trying to stab me, fucking
Oh dear.
hitting me with brushes, fucking throwing ashtrays at me, mad shit like that, you know what I mean? But all through drink, really.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, like, and I was drinking
So
as
your
well.
father was drinking
We were as
heavily,
bad as each other sometimes.
I see.
You get me?
Yeah,
Not
bro.
gonna
How long
fault
did that
him.
go on until you found yourself actually on
2
the
years.
streets?
2 years ago.
And what happened at that end of that
I'll be honest with
situation?
you, we was after being in here, we were having an hour lush, a drink, a gargle, and the guy that took his drink off, and I was laughing. I just found it very funny, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He asked me for the sup of my drink, I wouldn't give it to him. So we stood at my foot, boom, straight in the mouth, knocked me down, gave me 1 or 2 boots, yeah. So I jumped up, I was very angry, like, at him, you know what I mean? And I said,
Yeah.
you know what, fuck yourself, and that was it.
When's the
That
last
was
time
the
you've
start
seen
of it.
him?
No. He lost that place out in Lucan. Stayed in his mates for about 4 days. My nanny's for about 3 days because he was an alcoholic. My nanny didn't want that.
Sure.
You know, that's other stuff was going on there as well that she didn't want in the house. And
Yeah.
do you get me?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
So he ended up getting kicked out. He ended up in Mount Brown Hostel and he died. He took a heart attack.
God bless him.
He was sitting in the sitting room area
Yeah.
where the telly.
Yeah.
Like back then it was a warehouse. You could have a drink.
Okay.
And he just lunched over like that and he was dead.
How long
all
ago was
night.
that, Danny?
So that's when I was 20,
When you're 20. How old are you now, bro?
27.
You're 27. So since that time you've been homeless, basically. Or
Yeah, and I've done a lot of jail.
Have you, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, done a lot of jail over homelessness and all. I'm not gonna lie, I was
Tell me,
robbing.
bro, how's your addictive status? You know.
Now,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it used to be.
Okay.
Like, I was strung out on tablets, I was strung out on crack, strung out on heroin.
Yes, bro.
I was taking that snowblow stuff that was around
Okay.
at the time.
Yeah.
Mad stuff also.
Indeed.
Know what I mean? Didn't really agree with me as well. So now I don't take snowblow, I don't take tablets as much.
Right.
I'm gonna say I don't take them anymore.
Okay.
Not as much, you know, because they do take the edge off things. Like, it can be very embarrassing sitting down tapping and whatever.
I understand.
You know, your nerves can be gone sometimes. Like, some people are different. Like,
Would it be
some
fair
people are trying to assault you, man.
I understand, and
I've
it's
been in
precarious.
that. I've been in that situation. Like, I've had to pull hammers out of people when I was sleeping in tents, knives. You know,
It's dangerous on the
I had to
streets,
do what I
isn't
had
it,
to do,
Danny?
bro, yeah.
Yeah. And tell me, bro, that's a long time, 7 years, but to be kept on the streets, was it your addiction keeping you out here, or
Yeah.
it's basically.
It's basically
are
me
you
addiction, buddy.
Addicted to opiates?
Yeah, opiates, still heroin.
What are you on, bro?
Heroin.
Heroin, I see.
About 8:30 today.
Half an eighth a day. It's quite a bit, isn't
Good
it,
bit, bro, yeah. I was on more than that,
Yes.
you know. I
No,
was,
I
as I says, right, so I done a bit of jail. Now, I was homeless still, excuse me. My brother took an epileptic fit in the house and died.
Oh dear.
Now, I got a phone call, I was in Caretaker's Hostel, one of the best hostels I had stayed in. It was
Right.
an under 24s, you know.
Yeah.
Staff were very good, very outgoing, lovely people, you know.
Sure.
Really had your best interest at heart, like, you know.
Yes, bro.
So it was better than me sleeping rough. I was sleeping rough before I got that, so I got that, and anyway, got the phone call off the ma, whatever. It was a bit of shock. Didn't really say much, just alright.
This was about the brother.
This is about the brother, yeah. So I put the phone down. I walked out. It was kind of hitting me then. I says, look, I'm just going up to my room. Went up to my room. I broke down, like, you know what I mean? I hurt me over me, bro. Tried killing myself. Okay. I OD'd, no DMC, no despair there. I done a lot of drugs, bro. It didn't work. So they dragged me out. They kicked the door off the hinges. They dragged me out. They shocked me. Gave me naloxone 3 times.
Right.
Gave me an adrenaline shot, and then they shocked me. Now the ambulance crew arrived as well, like on the scene, yeah. Now only for the fire brigade man said, look, we'll shock him one more time. Yeah, so we did. He shocked me one more time, and I came around.
Wow.
Other than that, I would probably be dead now.
Well, bro, you're meant to be here for some reason,
For
aren't
some
you?
weird reason. Like.
And tell me,
But
Danny.
that hurt me. Like the dad, seeing the dad dead
Yes.
hurt a little bit. But as I said, we were more like friends. I was very close to me brother growing up.
Bro,
You
you've
know,
had a
the
lot of
thought there.
tragedy, haven't you,
A
bro?
lot of trauma and
A lot of
bereavements,
trauma
yeah.
and bereavements and
To
loss.
get me, and
Yes,
depression.
my man.
I suffer from it,
So
big time.
you're fighting with depression, addiction, a lot of loss and grief.
Yeah, and then you're dealing with stigma off this shit, being homeless and all.
Of course, bro.
People pointing fingers all the time.
Where are you actually now, Danny? Where do you sleep, like, say, tonight?
Now, where am I staying
Yes,
now?
yeah.
Now, I'm blessed, yeah. I got a McFriday's place, Peter. McFriday's 77A.
Oh, is that
up
a
the
hostel?
top. It's a
up there?
hostel, yeah.
Good man, yeah.
Now, I got that. Now, that's 50 quid a week.
Right, and do you pay that out of your welfare?
You have to pay that out your social, you know what I
and
mean?
then you
Like,
tap to...
yeah, but I don't get paid down here. You see, I get paid down in the country. I was living in my ma's. I'll tell you how that happened, right? So I was locked up for 2 years, right? My nana died. My stepfather died first, yeah?
Yes.
So the cancer ate my way that much. Like, when my brother died, I had a fight with him.
Well, you lost your stepfather and your father.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lost fathers twice, yeah.
Yes,
I had to
bro.
deal with it twice, which was shit. But fucking, right, sorry, excuse the French.
You're okay, brother. Yeah.
So anyhow, this is what happened, right? I was at the fight with him after the brother died. I wanted to punch the head on him. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're the man of the house, you're supposed to hold forth, and that's the way it is, yeah? In my eyes. But it wasn't his fault. I was just upset. I was after taking 4 trays of Valium and 3 trays of all man. You know what I mean? And
Man, that would kill a normal
I went to
person.
the after thing, you know, after you bury your brother down and all.
Yes.
Threw in a few bits he likes and all and that. And so we went, I had a Guinness, I had a shot of whiskey, went home obviously. All the pills, think I'm all taken, and then the drink just clashed.
Yes.
And I went on my fucking head in the house, yeah.
Did you
And I
know?
wanted to smash his head in.
Wow.
Right, so I could see the fear in him. You could see that he was shaking. And God love him, man. God love him. He told me he had cancer, like, you know, and I just thought he was saying it to me
Yeah.
to calm me down.
So you go easier on him, yeah.
Do you know?
Yes.
I never heard him.
Okay.
I never heard him now.
You're
You know, it was
terrified
just
of him,
verbal. I
yeah.
just,
You're
you know,
terrified of him, Danny.
he really thought he was going to go through
Yeah.
with it, you know. I didn't mean it.
That's
I feel so
But bro,
sad over
even
it.
you just owning that and
Yeah.
recognising that is powerful to me.
Course,
just,
man, you know.
Because it shows you
Hurt me.
you have a conscience as well,
hurt.
bro. And,
So that happened then, he told me with the cancer. So I was leaving then. I says to me, "You gonna fight it?" He says, "Of course." He said, "Get off the drugs and just look after the family, you know."
Sure, bro. And have you anyone left there now? Is your mum that?
My ma,
Yeah.
little bro, which is his kid, and my little sister, it's his kid.
Yeah.
That's
Are
it.
you getting upset there?
Yeah. My sister Eileen's homeless as well, you know.
Yeah, bro. It's tough, bro, isn't it? How has it been through the pandemic for you? It must have been more
Fucking
difficult.
shit it was.
You were kind of locked down.
Gentleman.
You were locked down in a certain situation. You couldn't even. I suppose,
Ah, it was mental, it was. But lucky enough for me, I was at home, like, so I was doing more cooking and cleaning and that, and you know, helping the mother.
Oh, you got to go home.
Listen, when I was locked up for the 2 years, they didn't let me out for any of the funerals, like the stepdad, I mean, any.
Yes.
None of them. So, done the goodbyes over the phone.
Sure, bro.
The stepdad couldn't talk, like, because of the cancer was out eating him away. So, I was trying for treatment, you know, to get in and sort myself out.
Yeah.
Got that 16 months waiting. And that's a 16-month program at that time it was, yeah. So, I got out, I went into that. I was doing very well now. I was there for 5.5 months, so my mother came up for the first visit. They don't allow visits for a certain amount of time, you get me? Now this was a religious thing too, born again. So I let them, they let my family come up. She got a lift off one of her friends. So she came up with my brother, my little brother and my little sister. And we're all happy to see me and all, you're looking great, all this, that, the other and all. Had a little chat with the ma privately. She broke down a little bit. So she was struggling, you know.
Yes, bro.
Now, social services was on her case, all this, that, the other and all, you know, all this talk, shit, you know, saying that she's partying all the time and whatever, like, I think my ma was going through a little phase where she was just drowning her sorrows, you know.
Yes, bro.
She lost her partner for fucking so many years.
Yeah.
She lost her son.
Yeah.
I was always locked up or whatever. So it's like losing 2 sons, you know.
I know, bro.
The addiction had me. So she was happy to see me clean. So I left prematurely. I needed to go home.
Yeah.
The social services were going to take the kids off my ma. So I went home for the year. They can't take the kids now.
Are any of those kids yours?
No.
Okay.
That's my little brothers and sisters.
Brother and sister, yes.
Yeah, so I helped her out, you know.
Yes.
Gave her a chance to gather herself. She was in the bed for nearly fucking, well, sorry for the French again, for about 7 months, 8 months, constantly in the bed, bringing up her dinners to her. You know, I had to tell her to eat. She was fading away, she wasn't really eating much. I had to tell her to eat and just put herself together, you know.
Yes, brother.
So I gave her a chance to gain her solace, basically, gain a bit of peace. So I done that for her, whatever. Right? So she met a new fella, Joe. She was she was always new dudes coming up, like whatever, yeah. But she was trying to meet a new man to fill a void in herself, an empty space. A void is an empty space. So I didn't like a lot of them, and I let them know very quickly. Look, me, I don't like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later.
It's your mother. You're looking out for.
I was looking out for my mother, but this was all under the radar.
Yeah.
Like she was wondering why they weren't fucking replying back to her and all that stuff. That's because I whispered in their ear if they ever come back in near the house again.
Right. But
I only had to show them one thing.
Yes,
they knew not to come back in near the house, you know what I mean?
Yes, bro, I do. I think I do.
From the background.
But tell me something, brother. Where are you at in all this? You have a great
in all this now.
The hurt that your mum has and other people. You have a great.
I'll be honest, what happened? I was drinking, and I had a little rally out of heroin in the house. My little sister.
Yeah.
God love her now. She videoed me drunk and out of the head, just to show me what way I go on, like.
Yes, bro.
You know, it was kind of like taking the liberty in the house, and that's what got me kicked out. Right now, I snapped at the little sister over videoing me. I called her a little bitch, this, that, the other. Now she rang the guards. Yeah.
Right.
2 transit vans and a car or 2 come up to the house. You know, also due to the background. They told me to leave. So I said right, and I left. Now I wasn't talking to my mother because think of what I put in for her, what I sacrificed myself for her.
Yeah.
All this, was all for her. It didn't seem that way. It was like, all right, she met Joe. Now Joe knows quite well, like, you know. He's a nice man as well. He reminds me a little bit of my stepfather in Wales, like, you know.
Yes.
So he's a nice man. He looks after her, goes to shops for her, cooks for her, cleans for her. That's it. Won't do the dirt on her either, won't do anything like that. He's a no-still head. So she's blessed in that sense, you know what I mean?
What about you, Johnny?
Me now?
You now, bro.
Well, I was struggling, I was, bro, in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, back in homelessness and all. Really struggling.
Yes, brother.
I was with a girl as well during all that time. Things didn't work out with that as well. You know, I was living with her, that girl. Now, for a while, that didn't work out, obviously, you know what I mean? So, I just ended up homeless back in tents and shit. It was very fucking hard, mate, you know?
Tell me something, bro. You know, obviously, you're an intelligent man, you know, I get that sense. You're intelligent, sensitive, and which is a good thing, and empathic kind of man, because you have a deep understanding for the hurt of others, from what you just said to me. And I'm just wondering how you're in this terrible situation of being homeless.
How am I going to fix it?
With all that loss. Yeah. How do you see the road out of here?
They all say, right, I know a lot of money goes into trust and all. A lot of it's back-pocketed, yeah. A lot of it's back-pocketed. It doesn't reach us, bro. No. It doesn't. Even in all these treatment centres, every time there was a donation, you'd see every staff member there, yeah, filling their boots, yeah. I'm telling you now, man, and I mean filling their boots. And then that was left out, the donation came to us then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which isn't right.
No, and it's all stuff that's nearly out of date that gets donated as well.
But Dan,
you get me?
I just want to bring back to you, because here's what I do, because I'm concerned about where you're at with all of this. You know,
I'll tell you the truth, right? I was going to kill myself, bro.
Bro, really?
In May, yeah. I was.
Oh man, I'm glad you didn't do that.
I didn't do it.
Well, good for you. There's a reason.
I made a bit of peace with something. I did.
Well, Danny, that's good to hear.
And I pulled through. I really was going to kill myself.
Oh, bro, don't do that. You're still only a young man.
I had it all planned out.
Don't do that, bro. There's a reason you're alive. Look at you, nearly died on that drug overdose.
And I've had a few of them.
They brought you back to life. There's a reason you're here, bro.
But I really was going to do it, yeah.
I believe you. Desperation will drive a man to do anything.
Oh, 1,000,000%. No, I was going to do it, bro.
What's your dreams, bro? Forget the situation for the moment. What's your
I was going to go to college years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't work out, obviously. I was in shared accommodation. I was living in a place down in Dublin. I was going to go on, I was going to do IT, computer engineering.
Okay.
That seemed to be exploding up here in Dublin at the time, so...
And do you have any skills now?
I'm very... a handyman, as you'd say, yeah. I'm very skilled at everything.
You can turn yourself to anything.
Anything, I'll turn my hand to anything, yeah.
All you need is a bit of training and something, bro, yeah.
Yeah, show me once, and I know. I've done a bit of mechanics, done a bit of painting, decorating, gardening. You know, I've done a lot of stuff. Bro. I know a bit of carpentry from the stepfather.
Bro, listen,
and upholstery. I know how to strip sheets and put new leather and all, and I know how to do that.
And there you are. You're a creative guy. You can do things. You're pretty skilled, or you will learn skills pretty easily. Yeah.
It's very hard getting a job when you're homeless, but
I understand that, bro. I think though the first position is what's keeping you homeless. You have to look at that. It's the addiction, isn't it?
Let's
be honest.
I had to address it.
That has to be
addressed. I got on a clinic. I did.
That's a start.
I did.
That's a great start.
That's to try and get stable, but
that's the first start.
Because I had stable for it.
You get stable first, bro, and then you look at cutting down. Don't cut down before you get stable. That's the big mistake we all make.
Yeah, and you slip. Do it for yourself.
Yeah, we decided
I've done it for other people.
Danny, we decided.
And that's where I flop.
You have to do it for yourself.
You have to do it for you.
And you've got to find that worth in yourself.
Oh, big time, man.
If you could see in you what I can see in you, you would never use again. If you could see what I see, you would never use again. But I have to say, until I could see that in myself, I kept using. I used for 40 years, and then I stopped 2 years ago.
And you haven't lost any limbs, lucky enough. You never banged.
And I'm not going to say I did, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm paying the price in a different way.
You know
with my
yourself.
Health, you know, but
of course, the lungs
there
and all that
always
stuff.
has to be repercussions. Yes, my breathing's not great and my energy's not great. But I will tell you, my spirit's very much alive, and my heart is open.
That's
and
good.
my mind is clear.
That's good, brother, yeah.
You know, bro, and then you can have that, bro. Because I used and abused for 40
We're all
years.
in energy, pal, you know?
It's only energy, brother.
Shine your light.
So
it's up to you to shine at the end of the day.
And it's up to you to increase your energy.
Yeah.
You know,
like there's a reason why you walked over to me there as well, you know?
I saw you stood out like a sore thumb, bro, for the kind of person I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Which was just people that are having it struggling.
Big
and
time.
Need a voice, you know, a voice that needs to be heard.
I'm sick of doing prison.
I bet you are, bro.
Like, I'm in and out of jail since I'm 15. Right. I never get visits in jail.
I know.
So, it's very hard getting out, like, getting back into society.
Sure.
Even getting back into like being normal with your own family.
I know, but
because they don't visit you.
yeah.
Or they talk to them for 6 minutes on the phone.
I get you, Dan. But you know that this all starts, all of those problems have the source in one thing. And that's that addiction that has you, bro.
Yeah.
Because that takes from you the choice to put things right. Because that addiction comes before anything else, as I well know. So if you can challenge that, and your first step on that was to get stable. Now you've signed
That's
on
why
the
I said
clinic,
onto the methadone, yeah.
Bro, that's the best thing you could do at the moment.
And I'm only going up slow as well, like 10 mils every week.
Yeah.
Sooner than every 2 or 3 days.
Okay, but I would suggest don't go up to too high.
Not too much, no, you don't
get
need
it to a level where someday you can bring that down.
Do you get me?
Yes.
It's just I was using an awful lot, like as I said, like I was really planning on doing myself in, like, so I was using it.
Promise me you won't do that.
I won't do it,
Don't do that, man.
I'm very happy I'm only getting this hostel.
I'm delighted.
I was in a tent for so long, like, you have these people, you're dressed better than us and all. Yeah, well, isn't it good that I'm like using the money that I'm begging, yeah? To dress myself and look after myself, to eat, to go in and get a haircut, get me bird saved, like, you know, isn't it great that I'm doing that?
Well,
and I'm
not just you look after yourself, you know.
If you see me, I was 15 and a half stone, mate, I was huge.
Were you, bro?
I was. Ask anybody, I could pull anybody in.
Tall guy, I can imagine.
People were very intimidated by me. I'm like a whippet now.
It's the drugs, isn't it?
It's the drugs, bro.
You've got to start nourishing yourself again, bro.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the weight back on now again, but it comes slowly, you know what I mean?
It does, and listen, like, the first thing is to stop intravenous using, bro. Yeah.
Like my arms and shit look like.
This is from
no, they're good.
Oh, they're good.
They're good, man. They're good.
Bro, all I can say is, you know, you've thank you for being so candid, open, and
you're welcome. I appreciate you stopping and having a chat.
Oh, man.
And trying to get like an insight on my life as well.
Sure thing, bro.
You know, like there's a lot of stuff. It does hurt me.
Yes.
I'm sure you can tell. But I brush it all to the side and I'm mosey forward. Bro, that's all you can do. That's all we can all do.
But always strive for your goal. And your goal is to get clean, bro, because once you do that, everything else will slot in.
It does. All the stars. All the good stuff, yeah.
Can I encourage you not to kill yourself, bro?
Yeah, I won't, I promise.
You know, too, we need guys like you that are sensitive and honest and open, and people who've lived, so that when you come out of this, bro, you can share your story with people and help them.
Of course, your testimony.
Absolutely, your testimony is powerful, and thank you for talking to us.
Thanks very much, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. You're a gentleman.
God bless you, right?
I wish you better days, brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.